Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Welcome to studentloanjustice.org. It is Friday. It is Friday, December 8th. Welcome, everybody, if you're new to the group. Song I super shittily tried to play back there. Sending out an SOS, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is it in the battle for student loan justice, guys. If you're new to the group, welcome. We're glad that you found us. We've got two bills in the Senate and in the House right now. S-2598 in the Senate, H.R. 9110 in the House. These bills will return bankruptcy protections to student loans. The Democrats are about to lose their control of Congress. So they have got until December 15th. Today is December 8th. The Democrats have until December 15th to pass our bill in the House. They have until December 21st to pass our bill in the Senate. So, ladies and gentlemen, if ever, and remember, guys, after this year, if things don't go our way, we are going to be cast back out into the wilderness. We're not going to see any meaningful student loan cancellation. We're not going to see anything meaningful from the student loan swamp as long as the constitutionally enshrined right of bankruptcy remains gone from these loans. We're going to be screwed for years and years, guys, if we don't get these bills passed by, as I said, December 15th in the House, December 21st in the Senate. So our backs are against the wall, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have student loans, I don't care whether you would ever or never file for bankruptcy. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Few people would, by the way. What matters is we get this leverage back. Until we get this leverage back, we are fucked. Pardon my French. But that's a capital F on that, ladies and gentlemen. So whatever you want to see happen with your student loans, it all starts with us getting the leverage of bankruptcy returned. Whether you would ever or never file doesn't matter. So this is where we're at, guys. The bills are in perfect position to pass. The Senate bill has bipartisan support. It's got both Republicans and Democrats on the bill. The House should have tremendous Republican support. Well, not tremendous, but significant Republican support, like it did last session. These bills, if they were brought to a vote on the floor of the Senate and the House, would pass. Absolutely would pass. So all that has to happen is the bills have to be put up for a vote. I don't have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking. We're less than a week away from December 15th now. We're on December 8th now. So the Democrats in the House have this next week to get that bill done. And this group right here, and this matters for everybody with student loans. Everyone with student loans, whether they would ever or never file for bankruptcy, does not matter. Having the leverage returned is the only thing that matters. So you better tell everyone you know with student loans, they need to get with us. They need to help us fight because we are the only group in the country fighting this battle. Only citizens group, certainly. There's a few other groups out there. We are the only true citizens group actually fighting for this legislation. The other groups suspiciously have gone eerily, ominously silent when it comes to bankruptcy. One of the groups has opposed us on bankruptcy in the past because they are fake. There's a lot of fakery going on in the student loan justice world, ladies and gentlemen. We don't speak for those other groups. We let those assholes speak for themselves. They're a bunch of fakes. But anyways, this is it, guys. This is the battle. And this is your battle because your livelihood hangs on the line of what we're able to get done with these bills this year. After December 15th in the House, after December 21st in the Senate, all bets are off, guys. So if ever you sitting there were ever going to fight for your own financial livelihood, it would be today between now and December 21st, every single day. Some people in our group are dropping everything for a few days, like, taking time off work and so forth, just to fight this battle. That's how important this is, guys. So if you forget everything I said tonight, remember this: the very minimum that you can be doing to help in this battle is doing our daily actions. See them scrolling down right there. That's the very minimum that you should be doing. So a couple of announcements. We're just getting back from Los Angeles last night. A very important film documentary is coming out on Sunday. It's called Lone Wolves. It will be on NBC Peacock. Sunday night, it is going to be shown on MSNBC. And no, we are not a bleeding heart liberal snowflake group. We're not. I know NBC is cast that way, but I'm here to tell you, this is the strongest documentary ever made on the student loan problem. And frankly, I commend MSNBC for having the courage to air it, because it is not a partisan hit piece by any stretch. And if you watch it, you will see what I'm talking about. This is not a partisan problem. By the way, we're a fiercely nonpartisan group. Whatever your political stripes may be, you are more than welcome here with us. And if you have any questions or comments, and if I'm watching you on Facebook or Twitter, I will very happily read your questions, comments on air. So the film screening went great yesterday. We gave a talk, 2 days ago. We gave a talk with Blake Zeff, the producer of the film, the director, I should say, also the MSNBC producer, and Amanda, and it went great. Very well received. The film was getting some very strong early critical review. There's been 2 op-eds written about this documentary just in the past week. The most recent, speaking of bipartisan, the most recent was an op-ed today in Forbes magazine, which normally is total garbage. I'm not kidding you. Forbes is just trash. It's terrible. But there's a contributor there who rarely writes stuff, Ike Brannon, who's a former fellow at the Cato Institute, and a friend of ours, believe it or not, an ally of ours. He wholeheartedly agrees that bankruptcy rights must be returned to student loans. So the buzz around this film is significant, and it airs Sunday night at 10 p.m. So write that down and make sure that you and everybody you know with student loans watches it. You know, despite being a sort of difficult policy wonky problem, I have to give great accolades to Blake Zeff for making it a very humorous and entertaining film. It's for the subject matter, it's Blake found a way to actually make it funny, and I give him great credit for that. Something I could probably never do. So, and you can't see the film yet. You can see our discussion, our panel discussion after the film aired down there at the film school. You can see our panel discussion from, I think I posted it both on our Twitter account and also on our Facebook group. And so you can see what it's all about. Guys, I'm telling you, this is it. This is it for us. I'm laughing, but that's just so that I don't cry. But no, the stakes are the highest they've ever been. These next 7 days going forward mean everything for this battle. And I'm not looking past this year, guys. We'll have some things to say. We'll have things to say about next year. Right now, the only thing that matters is this battle that is raging under our feet. The future is not set. And what this film is going to do on Sunday night to ignite the zeitgeist could be everything for us, dudes. But the most important thing that I say, I think every night, is the actual most important thing is whether you sitting there own this problem and decide to put your energies into this fight. This is your battle. This is your fight. And either you're fighting us or either you're fighting with us and helping us win it, or you're sitting back and eating popcorn, expecting someone else to pull your weight for you, and you're watching us lose it. That's the way that goes. And I'm not going to browbeat. I'm not going to beg. Neither of those things. I'm going to simply say, it's time for you to get off your ass. So many people on this group some of whom I'm looking at right now on our Facebook group, They have gone to great lengths. Thanks to Lisa Ansel at USC, by the way, for pulling that whole thing together, getting me out there and so forth. It was a very difficult thing for her. She was sick the whole time, by the way, so I give her great credit for that whole thing happening. But, we can't pull your weight for you guys. We can't. We're just normal people just like you. We've all got student loan stories of our own, and you're not better than us, by the way. You can't sit on high and look down your nose at us and say, yeah, keep going, fight harder. No. This is a working, fighting group. This is not manipulate, make somebody else work for you, try and get other people to do your dirty work for you. No. That's not what this group is. If that's what you think it is, you should leave. You should get the fuck out, because we don't want you here. You need to put your own muscle into this group. You need to fight your own battle according to your own skills, talents, strength, networks, etc. Nobody's going to pull your weight for you. And I can only tell you guys that so much is at stake on whether we succeed, which we should, or whether we don't, which we might. I think it all depends on how hard we fight over these next 8/13 or 14 days. So the stakes are high, guy. I see. Evelyn Laura Ferris is with us tonight. Hey, Evelyn. I'm going to try and get to your comments now. Try to keep it rather short tonight, hopefully. So let me just kill that volume and kill it again. There we go. Message in a bottle. That's right, Lisa. We're sending out an SOS. We're hoping, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, this is in all seriousness, we are hoping on Monday morning that we will get maybe not 100 million bottles, but at least a couple 100,000 bottles washing up on the shore. In other words, a couple 100,000 people calling Congress on Monday morning, key people like Senator Dick Durbin, Representative Jerry Nadler, David Cicilline, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and Leader Chuck Schumer. Those 5 people need to hear from us on Monday morning. And you need to tell them in no uncertain terms that they need to push S-2598 and HR 9110 through before they go home for Christmas. And that is the most important thing that I will say tonight. Hey, Lisa also says, such an honor to meet you. That's right. We finally met Lisa for the first time. Also, great thanks to Vanjie, who drove down from up north, Bakersfield, Patrick, who drove up from San Diego, Lewis, who drove in from Orange County, Paul, who drove in from somewhere. We had a bunch of people show up, and quite a few others as well. Thanks to everybody who showed up for the event. It was during finals week, so I don't think many students attended. I think it's maybe only a couple of students. But thanks to everybody who showed up and showed their support. That really helps big time. Also, I'm sorry, I got to grab my power cord here. My computer is just about to die. I don't want that to happen. But I will keep it short. Hey, Jackie Ebron is here with us I believe from Texas. Is that right? Christina Winton is here. Good afternoon. Glad to catch this broadcast. Way to go, SLJ Warriors. We are doing a lot right now. Can't wait to see Lone Wolves. By the way, the documentary is called Lone Wolves. You can Google it. LOAN Wolves. WOLVES. Tell everybody you know with student loans about that documentary, guys. Monday night, 7 p.m. on the West Coast, 10 p.m. on the East Coast, 9 p.m. on Central Time, which is where I am here in Wisconsin. Oh, you're right. Today is December 9th, isn't it, Leslie? I'm going to blame jet lag on that. Yes, we are on December 9th, guys. So we have 6 days. 6 days, not 7 days. So next Thursday is the drop dead day for the House of Representatives to pass something out of the House. Drop dead. This is it, guys. I've been traveling a lot lately, so my internal clock is slightly, I don't know, jet lagged or something. Good point. Thank you, Leslie. It is December 9th today. And so, yeah, everything I said earlier, just add it, subtract a day, I don't know, whatever. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I've worked my ass off over the past 2.5 years to get us where we are today. And I hope y'all can appreciate that. Many people on our group, many who I'm looking at right here, Jackie, Christina, Lisa has moved mountains for this cause. I mean, it's basically like a part-time, if not a half-time job for Lisa, I would say. So many other people, our fearless co-leader, Ed, and so many people I see, Jackie just tears it up on Twitter, Gordon and Joanna on Twitter. I'm not going to start mentioning all names because we will literally be here all night, but thousands of people, even arguably maybe tens of thousands of people who have been going above and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. People like to say, well, what are the odds of us getting this done by the end of the year? And that question is meaningless to me because it all depends 100% on how hard we, meaning you and me and everybody I just mentioned, and everybody on our group, how hard they fight, or if they even fight. This is not a watch it happen movement, guys. This is not eat popcorn and hope. This is get your hands dirty and get it done. So whatever's holding you back, you better throw that bullshit to the side of the road because a lot of people are working very hard on this group and they've thrown all that nonsense to the curb. You need to do the same thing if you don't want to be stuck in debt potentially for the rest of your life. This opportunity that we have right now will not be here on December 22nd. It will not. And the Republicans take Congress. As I said, we're a nonpartisan group, guys, but the reality is that with a mixed Congress, gridlock is what we will get. And gridlock is what our opposition wants. And guys, I've been saying for months and months, the trick that keeps me up at night, the trick that I don't want to see played on us again, is the bad guys. In other words, all the people in Washington, D.C., all the lending swamp creatures, those people foisting a fake loan cancellation gimmick upon us as a cheap substitute for the bankruptcy rights that should have never been taken away. This all comes down to bankruptcy, guys. It's a house of cards, and it all rests on the stripping of bankruptcy protections. We've got to get that floor of fairness returned. And if we don't, then what we're going to be stuck with is a fake loan cancellation gimmick foisted on us, the continued absence of bankruptcy rights, and we will be served up like chicken on the fucking platter to the student loan swamp, to the collection goon squad, to the student loan mafia, who would like nothing more than to steal a lot more free to them, very expensive to us, wealth out of our hides. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. With this repayment pause, they haven't been able to feed themselves in quite some times, and they are hungry. And the one thing they want is these loans turned back on and bankruptcy remaining gone from the loans. And that is exactly what they are going to get. They are going to feast on our asses if we don't get bankruptcy back. So this is a very important battle. Your livelihood hangs in the balance of whether we are successful between now and December 21st. But realistically, December 15th is the working date. It's the deadline for the House. So this weekend, for example, and if you go to our daily actions, you'll see this weekend, you had better call Jerry Nadler, David Cicilline, and Nancy Pelosi and leave messages for all of those people. And you tell them to get their asses in gear. You tell them to pass HR 9110 in whatever form they want Get that fucker passed. Pardon my French. So, okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. If I'm not seeing all your comments, I apologize. Most nights we just can't get to them all. But what I said, guys, maybe one last question from Kara. Kara says, where are we in terms of getting our bills to the floor? Well, we are right on the cusp, Kara. We met with the Senate today with Senate staffers, judiciary staffers, and others, and they need to be pushed. They need to be pushed hard in order, and the film on Sunday will help. The documentary that comes out on Sunday will help significantly, but we need to push. That's where we're at. I mean, the bills are perfectly positioned to pass. If brought to a vote, they would pass. But as I said, the key people are Senator Dick Durbin in the Senate, and Jerry Nadler in the House. If I had to pick two people that were the most key that we need to push hard, those are the two key people. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi become very important also because obviously Chuck Schumer is the leader of the Senate and he decides what gets to the floor. Also Pelosi, same thing on the House side. So yeah, hope is great, Kara. But I say, prayer and hope is fantastic, but making phone calls and doing the hard work necessary to get this done is what really is the most important thing that anyone can do. I hope and I pray all the time, but I say hope, pray, and make phone calls. Because the Lord helps he who helps himself, or whatever they say. I'm not a preacher. But you get my point. So this is all in our hands. You have no idea how important you are. And if you want to get this thing done by the end of this year, you want to have a very Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or whatever, you're going to put your back into this fight. Because it's going to be years or who knows how long of us being naked and afraid. If we don't get this done. Years, guys. We walked in the wilderness for many years. I don't want to do that again. Neither do you. It's going to get very ugly. It could get, people will probably die. I don't know. There's going to be social, civil unrest. We don't want the messy ending to this failed loan scam, guys. We want the clean ending. We don't want the messy ending. We're fighting for the clean ending. We don't want the dirty, long, drawn out, painful, dystopian. We don't want the bad ending, guys. So, all right, I'll be back. I will be back on Sunday, but guys, check in every day. We're doing daily actions every single day. We need you through this weekend, solid. Saturday and Sunday. We need you every single day. Spread the word about the documentary, and above all, do a month's worth, not 2 weeks. Do a month's worth of our daily actions, whichever way they're going. I don't know. And yeah, no, I'm definitely hoping and praying, guys, but it takes work and nobody's going to pull your weight. And we are the pioneers. Not only are we the tip of the spear in this battle, we're the whole spear. So either you're fighting with us or we're going to lose because of your apathy, your laziness. Don't let that happen. Do your part. We need you. It's a fun fight to fight. It's cathartic. So get on it. Well, let's go. Good luck. Godspeed. God bless everyone.